shot at dusk, and then a call that halts it all. What's next? You won't guess where this tale drags me. Stay to find out. I woke that dawn in my tiny home in Seattle, with a hum in my heart I couldn't ditch. Birds sang outside, the breeze shook the trees, but something felt off, like the day held its breath, set to shock me. I'm Alice, 65, alone in this snug nook where days blur into each other. It's calm, yes, but often too still. So when my grandson Jake, a 24-year-old school kid from New York, rang to say he'd visit, I nearly leapt from my shoes. Jake's my only grandson, a ray of light in my dull days. I spent the morning fixing up, eyeing the fridge, counting ticks till he'd tap my door. When the bell chimed, I dashed over, swung it wide, and there stood Jake, beaming, his wild hair poking from a cap. But he wasn't solo. Beside him was a tall guy with a kind, soft grin, hands in pockets like he wasn't sure he fit. "Hey, Grandma," Jake said, scratching his neck, a shy habit. "This is Liam, my buddy. I brought him. That okay?" I blinked, then laughed so loud it bounced off the porch. "You joking? Come in, both of you." They trudged in with their bags, and just like that, my quiet space split wide. Jake tossed his bag by the sofa and began yapping about the trip, while Liam gazed around, soaking it in. "Your spot feels like a film scene," he said, voice low and real, all cozy and warm. I grinned, thrown by how sharp he seemed. Most folks just say, "Nice place," and drop it, but Liam meant it. I waved them to the kitchen, handing out iced tea, and watched them settle. Jake was his loud self, joking about some teacher in New York, while Liam nodded, adding a dry, "Yeah, that guy's known for all the wrong stuff." I couldn't help but chuckle. As we stood there, sipping and chatting, I began to wonder, what's it like for Liam, tagging along to a stranger's home? I've always been one to greet folks in. It's how I grew up. But I could picture someone else might pause, might feel odd about an extra guest. For me, it was clear. More laughs, more life. That's what I lacked. Still, I caught myself sneaking a peek at Liam, his easy smile warming the room. "So, Liam," I said, resting on the counter, "what's your tale? How'd Jake drag you here?" He shrugged, eyes gleaming. "He said you cook great stuff. I'm weak for good eats." Jake laughed. "Told you, Grandma's the best." I chuckled again, waving it off, but inside, I felt a glow. This wasn't just Jake's visit now. It was fresh, alive. I've spent years honing my lone ways, but with these two packing my house with noise and spark, I began to think, maybe there's space for more than just me. Could I deal with that? Could I let this odd twist stir things up? As they unpacked, I stood there, hands on hips. Seeing this day was bigger than I'd meant, and I was fine with it. Truly, I was thrilled. After Jake and Liam got comfy, I went all out with lunch. I cooked up juicy roast chicken with herbs, creamy garlic spuds, and grilled greens. My kitchen smelled like bliss. The cherry pie sat cooling by the window, teasing us with its sweet scent. We crammed around my small table, plates stacked high, and Jake kicked off with his usual chatter. "Grandma, Liam's a star at school. Everyone sees him," he said, grinning and waving his fork. Liam smirked, wiping hands on a napkin. "Nah, man, it's just 'cause I'm tall. No fuss." His cool vibe and fast laugh drew me in. I liked how he didn't act big. We ate, and I couldn't help but smile as they wolfed down the food like it was their last bite. Between chews, Jake kept tales flowing, school tricks, odd roommates, and Liam tossed in sly, funny quips that had me cracking up. "So, Alice," Liam said, leaning back, "you cook like this daily, or are we just blessed?" I brushed it off. "Oh, I save the good stuff for guests. Keeps me steady." bushes like a tornado, while Liam moved steady and smooth, cutting the grass in neat lines. The sun was high, and I caught myself staring at him. How he handled that mower like it was nothing, sweat beading on his forehead. My brain piped up, "Alice, cut it out. He's just a kid helping out." But my heart, it was humming a different tune, like my house hadn't felt this alive in forever. As they finished up, I clapped from the porch. "Not bad, boys. I might hire you full time." Jake flopped onto the grass, panting, "Only if you pay in pie." Liam wiped his hands, grinning at me. "Deal's a deal." That smile hit me square in the chest. Simple, real, and way too charming. I sipped my drink, trying to play it cool, but inside I was asking myself, why is this guy getting under my skin? I've been alone for years, happy enough, but now, it's like Liam's presence flipped a switch. Maybe it's not about him. Maybe it's about me realizing I've missed this buzz, this life around me. Could I let myself enjoy it without overthinking? I pushed the thought aside as they headed inside, but that hum in my chest stuck around, loud and clear. The day flew by with Jake and Liam filling my house with noise and laughs, but by night, things quieted down. Jake crashed early, probably worn out from the yard work, leaving me restless. I grabbed a book, hoping to wind down, but my mind wouldn't settle. Liam kept popping into my thoughts. His grin over dinner, the way he'd said, "Thanks, Alice," like it meant something. I tossed the book aside and got up for water, padding through the dark house. That's when I saw it, a faint glow spilling out from the living room. The door was cracked open, and there was Liam, sprawled on the couch with his laptop glowing in the dim light. "Still up?" I asked, keeping my voice soft. He glanced over, flashing that easy smile. "Yeah, just watching something. You?" I shrugged, stepping closer. "Couldn't sleep. What's on?" He tilted the screen my way. "Joiners. It's this dumb comedy. Wanna join?" I hesitated, then thought, why not? I sat on the other end of the couch, leaving plenty of space. The movie was goofy, two buddies pulling pranks, and we both started chuckling at the ridiculous lines. "This is so bad it's good," I said, and Liam nodded. "Right, it's my go-to when I can't sleep." We watched for a bit, and I felt myself loosen up. The room was warm, cozy, and having him there didn't feel weird. It felt right. Then, out of nowhere, he said, "You're easy to hang with, Alice. Makes this place feel like home." My heart did a little flip. "I mean, what do you say to that?" "Glad you think so," I managed, but inside, I was reeling. Was I crazy for liking how that made me feel? I've been on my own so long, I forgot what it's like to have someone just fit. The movie kept rolling, and we traded a few more laughs. But my head started spinning with questions. Why was I so aware of him sitting there? At 65, I shouldn't be getting all fluttery over some 24-year-old kid, right? I caught myself wondering what he thought of me. Not as Jake's grandma, but as me, Alice. "You ever think about how we see ourselves?" I blurted, surprising even myself. He paused the movie, looking over. "Yeah, all the time. Like, are we who we think we are, or what others see?" I nodded. "Exactly. Sometimes I feel stuck in this old lady box, you know." He grinned. "You're not stuck. You're just you." That hit me hard. I laughed it off, but his words stuck. The movie ended, and I stood up fast. "Better get some sleep," I said, heading out. "Night, Liam." He called after me. "Sleep tight, Alice." I shut my door and leaned against it, heart pounding. He made me feel alive, like I wasn't just coasting through life anymore. But then the doubts crept in. Was I reading this wrong? Was it just nice having company? Or was it him? I climbed into bed, You're 65. He's a guest. Chill. Still, that little voice in my head wouldn't shut up, whispering that maybe, just maybe, this was something worth feeling. The next morning, Jake bolted out the door to meet some buddies, leaving me and Liam alone in the house. I was out on the porch, fussing with my flower pots, when he strolled up with a glass of water. "Thought you might be thirsty," he said, plopping down on the steps beside me. I took it, smiling. "You're too good to me, Liam." We sat there, the breeze rustling the leaves, and it felt so natural, like we'd done this 100 times. Then he hit me with a curveball. "Alice, you ever think about hitting reset on life?" I froze, my trowel hovering over the dirt. "What do you mean?" I asked, glancing at him. His eyes were steady, serious, like starting fresh, doing something new, no matter how old you are. I laughed, brushing it off. "Liam, I'm 65. That ship sailed a while back." But he shook his head. "Nah, age is just a number. It's about what you feel, right?" My chest tightened. He had this way of cutting through my excuses, and it scared me a little. "Maybe," I said, digging into the soil again. "But it's not that easy." He leaned closer, voice soft. "Doesn't have to be easy, just has to be worth it." I looked up, and his gaze locked onto mine, open, real, like he saw me, not just some grandma in a rocking chair. "You're something special, Alice," he added. "You've got this light. It pulls people in." My heart skipped. "Oh, come on," I said, trying to laugh it off, but inside I was spinning. We started talking, really talking. He told me he wants to be a photographer, capture moments that make people feel something. "I want my pictures to stick with folks," he said, grinning, like a good memory they can't shake. I nodded, feeling this weird pride. "You'll do it, Liam. You've got that spark." The sun dipped lower, painting the garden gold, and he turned to me. "Alice, I feel something here, with you. I don't want to mess anything up, but I can't pretend it's not there." I stopped breathing for a second. "Liam," I started, but he cut in, gentle but firm. "You don't have to say anything. I just had to tell you." My mind raced. 65 versus 24, Jake. The whole world judging. But my heart, it was screaming yes. "You make me feel alive," I admitted, barely above a whisper. He smiled, that warm, disarming smile. That's all I needed to hear. We sat there, the air buzzing between us, and I realized I didn't want to run from this. For once, I wanted to lean in. As the sky darkened, we kept chatting, about dreams, about life. I told him about my younger days in Seattle, how I used to sketch little cartoons for fun. "You should pick that up again," he said, eyes lighting up. "Share it with the world." I chuckled. "Maybe I will." Then, out of nowhere, he stood and grabbed my hand. "Come on, let's snap a picture. Right now." Before I could protest, he pulled out his phone, aimed it at us, and clicked. "Perfect," he said, showing me the screen, me laughing, him grinning, the sunset glowing behind us. "This one's a keeper." I stared at it, my throat tight. "Yeah, it is." Then my phone buzzed on the table. "Jake." I answered, and his voice was shaky. "Grandma, I'm at the hospital. Liam's mom just called me. She's been in an accident. She's not okay." My heart dropped, and I turned to Liam, his face frozen as he overheard.